Okay, happy Monday, everybody. December 16th. Just a few more weeks until the new year. So exciting.
I know, and we're all looking forward to a big Santa rally. Good morning, everybody. I am still in Grand Rapids, Michigan, using my friend's Wi-Fi, so it might still be a little sketchy, but I promise I'll be home by Wednesday, and then I will have my regular connection to the internet that will have no drops.
Yeah, he promises it's going to be better. He promises.
It will be better. Well, it was. I never had a problem until tonight.
No, I know.
There is the market is priced in a 97% chance of another rate cut on Wednesday, so we're all looking forward to that. That could give us a nice Santa rally from there. I posted saying, just like in general, it seems like there has been a lot of concentration and for the last 10 days, there have been more losers than gainers. However, I also posted in that same comment that, Grok thinks, and I agree, it's probably very likely that a lot of professional traders and hedge fund managers and whatnot, they're selling off their losers, to get the tax credit and also to make their funds look good. So which could be why you've got this 10-day trend of, so many losers compared to just the big winners. They call it window dressing because they want to make their funds look good by the end of the year for getting new customers next year.
Yeah, I might be doing the same thing with some of mine. So it's just smart advice. With that said, let's go dive into the SPY here, and it's going up a little bit pre-market. We'll look at the daily chart, and yeah, it's just holding the momentum of the conversion line still. It did close 2 days in a row, but it looks like it's going to open back up above it today. So 605.60 is going to be the number to watch for a support zone today in order to hold that level to go higher. Otherwise, it could, if it keeps closing below, then it could keep drifting lower back down to the 590s. So just got to watch the 605 for SPY, QQQ. It is gapping up near all-time highs kind of this morning. So 533. So this looks like it wants to keep going, where the next resistance is going to be way up here. 605 for the QQQ. I mean, there's going to be resistance before that, but the next major one is going to be up there. But this is a very bullish chart, and I can see things continuing for QQQ. And IWM, is it going to get out of its rut yet? My sources say maybe not. So we're switching to log scale for the IWM here, just to show you this 233 zone that it's really trying to hold. So this is going to be the main focus. And I think what we're just looking at is just IWM buying time, right? On the daily chart, we can just see maybe it wants to go touch the daily cloud, possibly later in December before trying to go higher. So just be patient with that. And it is still really bullish because it's a breakout. It's a back test going on, but just more time needs to pass before it gets more bullish. So with that said, shall we jump into the stuff?
Yeah, let's do the stuff.
Let's do the stuff. All right.
Let's start with Tesla because everyone wants to know about Tesla. I've been doing this sort of crazy chart where I just put everything that looks bullish about the 1 hour chart for everybody, and I keep posting it, throughout the day more or less. You are now here since I last edited this. Currently, Tesla price is trading for $440.10. Let's see, Ichimoku lagging span. So, starting here, the Ichimoku lagging span, price is below it. That's bullish. Looking over here, the Ichimoku cloud is printing green. That's bullish. Intraday, let's put this. The price is both above the baseline here and the conversion line and above my moving average 75. All of these things are bullish. If I do this, you can see that 100% banker and institutional participation, 0 retail. That is super, super bullish. Do watch intraday. These charts that I've got, if you look at these ones with the little D in the brackets, here's today's daily pivot at 429.66. If the market wants to just run down really fast at the open and test the support level, it might run down to there and catch just a little bit of the 1 hour Ichimoku baseline here in brown at 428.40, 429.66. Then the R1 today is 443.60 all day. And this is in the way. No. All these things are in the way. And the daily R2 is 451.23. I'm looking for my next target above is looks like about 485-ish now, which is another 10% higher than prices right now. It's possible that we could get a shallow retrace. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you did see some weakness start to happen, well, yeah, it would take us right back to this pivot here, actually. But it could run up to 455 and then run back down to the daily pivot. That would all happen just like today, and then you could buy that dip, and then it would just keep going up again. And if it did that dip, that would give you a 12% run from that bottom of that dip to 485.09, which is where I'm looking to next. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, it goes even higher. I'm looking for 518, 517 up here for Tesla. My bad. That is 17% higher than it is right now. All right, that's it. That's my what to watch today for Tesla.
Yeah. Same situation for me as what I talked about on my weekly Tesla update. But all I'm focused on to see if price gets to this trend-based fib extension, 458, from the low to the high to this low. Let's see if price can gravitate to the 450 zone, 460 zone, and see how price reacts once it gets there. So I think that could be the most obvious place to go before any kind of pullback. So that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yep, that's exactly where I've got the potential pullback from. I got 458 and 69 cents. That's just a little bit over the weekly R1. So if it does hit match resistance at 458, it could retrace easily as low as $431.68.
Yeah. Yep. And I see a request for AMD. I'll jump into that one. And we can see that, yeah, it's below some important levels here, the 129. But the focus for me is I think as long as it doesn't make a lower low from the August 5th, I think it's fine. Right. I think it's fine just building a base on top of previous resistance zone over here back in May and June of 2023, and which already back tested once and it's doing it again. So it's like building a base on top of a previous resistance, and it's still making a higher low. So that those two combined, I think it's still safe to say that AMD has a decent chance of recovery. So the focus of this week is going to be this 129.88. Basically the 130 level, try to get back above it for a possibility for a continuation higher.
Yep, and my MD chart shows pretty much exactly the same thing. Let's see, from the August, it got this high up here, 225, and then back down to, I'm sorry, this is the August 5th low here. Anyway, it hasn't made a lower low than August 5th. It's still just, it's finishing out its wave 2, and it's heading into the heart of the wave 3, into the larger wave 3. My target is still 279.63. It's almost $280 is where I think AMD is eventually heading. Once it just, finds the ultimate support here, which could be any moment now, and then just head on back up again. Same chart I showed you guys for last week. Same chart.
Yeah. Yeah, no change from Friday to pre-market today, obviously, because nothing has really changed much. What else is on there? Let's see. Oh, I see Lemonade. I got that real quick. LMND, we can see that it did get rejected by the ARC up here around maybe 452.37, and now it's even back below the 15% level, the 44.01. So it did just break out, and now it's kind of back testing the ARC right here. So we can just assume for the time being that this ARC might want to hold as support. So this week, that weekly support does sit around $40. And there's even more support down below in the $35, $34 range, but it's not guaranteed to go down there. Maybe it could just allow enough time to pass for these averages to catch up to price. But yeah, I'm just looking at $40 to hold. And then if it can get back above $44, then I think it can just ultimately start to build a base at this higher level and eventually break through and get to the blue level around 57 and the 62s above. So $40 is the number to watch this week.
Indeed. I've got the confluence with that on my Lemonade chart. I was tracking a potential ADC down from the 52.16 high. And just like you said, I've got the 61.8% retrace would be $34.23. But maybe if it can just stall for enough time, it might only come down as low as this 50% level at 37.66. Anything back above 45.31, and this thing's actually just done. And maybe it was never going to go any lower than that. My next target above is $78, 8.2% retrace to 23.6 at 52.28. And then the large degree 61.8% retrace back towards its all-time high of 188.30. That's where I get 120.29 from right here, the 61.8%. And you can see the market's already got a bunch of sell order blocks set up here, waiting to capture that. The buy order blocks are way down here, but it's not going back down there again. To the 10s. 827 next, if you want to take a screenshot. Here's the whole Lemonade chart. It is super bullish on the MCDX Plus down here at 92% bankers and whales and less than 10% in retail at the moment, even in the retrace. Should we talk about, can we do Bitcoin? I want to do Bitcoin.
Yeah, we can do Bitcoin. Yeah. Jump on it.
It's the big, it's what we all got excited. And I'll come back to the request after that. Yeah. Oh, DNW for the Power Rangers thing. That's my wife. When my wife texted me, it's the Power Rangers.
Nice.
It's a little Zordon calling on the watches. Just got. She wants to know if I'm done working. No, I just got started. There, I answered her back. I'm gonna. You're waiting for me to talk about.
Yeah. You brought it up, so go ahead and jump on
Bitcoin?
in.
I was waiting for you to talk about Bitcoin.
No.
Here's okay. You are here. Well, it was you are here again, but now. Let's see, what do we get? 106 was the highest. That was an hour ago. It's not really you are here again. We're a new higher high territory. Just get rid of you. Yeah, based on this WXYXZ pattern, I'm looking for 111,962 next for the 164 Bitcoin here. And eventually I see it going all the way up to 120,000. So that's basically my whole thesis, is that it's going to go about 112,000, drop back maybe to this 107,000, and then push on to 120,000. That's what I'm looking for. And yeah, let's see. Let me just check real quick. I got the pivot points on. This month, the next 2 weeks, is 9,128. So that will probably be some serious resistance. And yeah, if it could just melt up before the end of the year, then yeah, it could easily hit 120,965 for the R2 monthly pivot point. And there you go. That's my Bitcoin, and the bigger chart just keeps going. Anyway, let's see yours, Matt.
Well, I did mine on my Patreon last night, the weekly crypto update, and it was bullish. So the thing that I was really bullish about, well, let's go to the linear scale first. It did, in fact, close above the 102.076. So this linear scale could get back tested. So don't be afraid of a little tiny bit of a back test back down to 102, maybe wick below to 101. But on log scale is the big news there, and it closed above the log scale 1.272 yesterday at 103.611, and now it actually already back tested that down to 103.322, and it's currently above. So the goal now for me is to see if Bitcoin can actually continue to close weekly candles every Sunday above this 103.611, and if that can happen, then I think it's going to be really bullish for all the crypto related stuff like MSTRs, the coins, even the miners that people hate. Yeah, all of them. Even that little bitty CLSK there too. It'll benefit that one eventually too. So we'll see. 103.938 is the current price, but just the focus for me is this 103.611 week over week, just to see if it can in fact build a base at this higher level and just not retrace much at all. Let's find out.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, now I'm directing here. I really want to do a MicroStrategy, and then we'll hit up MSTU, which had a split, and then we'll look at the MSTX too.
MSTU, my trading view hasn't really updated yet for MSTU, so I'm not sure if yours has, but yeah, go ahead with your MSTR.
Let's see. You were here on Friday. We went as high
MSTU it did just update now. MSTU. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, my MSTU was updated this morning about half an hour ago. Let's see. Yeah, MSTR got to a high of 435.65, and now it's sort of trading in the middle of this. It's got a big gold gap up from Friday, and I'd like to just see it go a little higher. It might go as high as 454-ish, and that might be the next resistance before it has to back test. And I don't know if it'll fill that gap. It could. You can see the Ichimoku clouds all the way down here. So based on that, let me go to MSTX real quick. For all the people that have been following me on MSTX, I really wanted to just be able to hold this position until it gets to my $235.97 target. But I think I'm going to follow Matt's TA on this because I didn't to sell it. So I'm going to miss out this time. I think I can sell into today's monthly pivot point for MSTX is about 122.74. Maybe it can get a touch higher. I don't know. I'll be looking for a place to sort of exit and then let this thing settle down to buy back in. And then I think the larger degree chart wants to take this crazy higher MSTX. So I still really like it a lot. Yeah, kind of coming off a little bit better than break even today, and then repositioning for whatever happens next. Because you can see these triangles. Whenever these triangles take place, like this one I've drawn here, I usually expect them to just absolutely launch out. But sometimes they kind of come over and they kind of do a melt over before they break out. So in case that happens, I can always sell today and then buy back tomorrow. And most of you guys could sell today and then buy back the same day. But good violation in 12 months. This past month. And then MSTU is now updated. Now it's like 10 times smaller. So currently MSTU is trading for $17.69 instead of $176.90. So it already struck the R3 pivot here, but Matt thinks it could go. He's going to tell you it's going to go. I think he's thinking about selling new.
Yeah, it's just because it's the previous candles up there. You can see on the left. Yeah.
But not what these. Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that huge bearish engulfing on that 1 hour up there. Yeah. Just in that zone, just because I think it'll be some resistance up there. Yeah.
Oh, the whole zone. Well, yeah. Then it can go all the way up to 1989 then, because that's the weekly R2.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then there you go. So the 0 cents, but somewhere in the teens area. Okay, Matt. Let's see your chart.
$19.
I'm sure they're tired of.
Well, I'm going to just focus on MSTR.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to focus on MSTR, and because as long as MSTR does well, then the derivatives are going to do well too. So we can see that MSTR support. I'm just going to focus on the 4-hour chart for people here for MSTR because we can see it's developing nicely on the 4-hour. So you got back into the cloud, then a back test to the bottom of the cloud, and now it's breaking above the conversion line, the baseline, and everything's sloping up. So it has momentum to the upside now, guys. So the 411 could be your support down there. And that means your resistance up here is around like the 440, 443, 444 zone. So I can't, and which also coincides with the previous wick over here, right, in the 440s. So this is confluence with that MSTU that tracker just showed. So I cannot get more bullish on MicroStrategy until this cloud becomes a support on the 4-hour. And until then, yeah, it's just trade the range, right? Buy the support maybe and sell the resistance up here maybe, right? Just trade the range until it's really ready to break free. And the cloud does get a lot thinner down here, maybe in December 19th, December 20th in this zone. So possibly by that time, it might be time to go higher. So just trade the range in the meantime. And it is getting more bullish on the low time frame. So just more patience.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you, Matt.
No problem. And I do see, I see an EOS.
Okay.
I'll do it real quick. I think I talked about it on Friday, but the weekly chart here, all I'm focused on is staying above the cloud and getting above these wicks right here. And if that happens, 442 is going to be next. It looks more and more bullish. So a nice little V bottom recovery here. And I think it wants to go higher.
Yep, I can tell you exactly how I think it's going to go. Thanks, Matt. Let's see. So it bottomed out down here at 61 cents way back in April of this year. And I'm looking at this whole, I had this beautiful 5-way move up and then an ABC retrace. So I made that whole thing. And so the extensions go to $4.39. Back to perhaps about where price is right now, around 340, up to 628, back down to 511, and finishes out this 5-wave cycle at $9.33, possibly in as soon as, wait, I got to update this. No, that's right, 172 days. So you can take, let me just pull this out a little bit for you guys, and then you can take a screenshot of that. All the prices are on the right. $3.23 is 38.2% fib right there. 323. All right, there's EOS. And it's also MCDX Plus is very happy. 82% institutional buyers and no retail.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, I see a lot of requests for Coinbase too, so I'm going to go back to Coinbase and coin. Yeah, there's somebody was talking about getting sued by altcoins or something. I don't care about that. Anyways, the chart is saying that it's building a base, guys.
It's just noise.
Yeah, just look at this chart. It gapped up. And now it's not even going back to fill that gap. And it's actually holding above the arc. And it's holding above this previous high back in March. And it's trying to get more bullish by closing above the 886. But still, it cannot do it for 2 consecutive weeks in a row. So let's focus on the 4-hour chart on this one. And what's the 4-hour chart really telling me? Well, it's telling me it's holding 4-hour support beautifully with the 100 period moving average, the 50 period moving average. Also, the conversion line there at 314.40, and then we got price going up pre-market right around the 316 right there. And what we got above is your resistance right at that fib level, 319, guys. So let's pay attention to that. If it cannot break it, it might just still be in a range for a while longer until it gets on top of the 4-hour cloud and this fib, and then it can get more bullish. But as you can see last week, it kept getting rejected by the baseline up here and the fib as well. So that's why it never went higher. Even with Bitcoin going higher, it just got blocked. So we can see that TA plays a more important role than just following Bitcoin price action. So therefore, just give it time. I think once it's above this cloud, above the 319, then I think it has a chance to get a lot more bullish. And that could be maybe by December 19th as well, just like MicroStrategy right here. So there we go.
All right. I saw a request for ARM. I've got it's a really messy looking ARM chart. I don't know what happened to this. Was I supposed to fix this? I feel like someone asked for ARM last Friday, and I said I'd fix it, and then I haven't done it. But here's my ARM chart. Basically, from the beginning of time, it made this low down here around $47. Here's my 1, 2. This is like an AB. Always make sure you got an AB on the way to the 1, 2. If you don't have this, you might still be just in the AB. Wave 2, and now into wave 3. I'm looking for 205.34 next, with our test back down to about where price is now, near 151. It's actually 151.00 cents for that 382. Then on to 293.25, and then with the test back to the 100% fib at all kinds of in the way, 238.91, and then finishes out the 5-wave cycle. I'm sorry, 430.50. So here, just take a screenshot of that. That's what I'm looking for ARM. As long as it doesn't make a new lower low than $96.66. It'll just it should do this. And then I saw an S because it did a little dip, but look, it just,
it's dipping pre-market. Yeah.
It's nice. It ran up, just be the AB, and this could be the 1, 2. So it came up here to 47.92 and then dropped back down to where it is now, about $36. It's just oscillating on the way to this.
It's 33 pre-market, I think.
Oh, 33. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a weekly chart.
30.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's down like $3, $4 pre-market or something. I don't know.
But it's just oscillating. See, I even moved this over a little bit. It's just oscillating on its way to my 57.51 target. It could be percent level at this 50% near 74.67, but largely I'm looking for 57.51 back to 42.18 and up to 82.54. So feel free to take a picture of that. I think this looks pretty good. This 82.54 wave C finishing out the 76.4 retrace, and looking back, it looks like a perfect level for it to come back up to and be resistance for a bit. And then all this will just make a larger 1, 2, and then it just keeps going up higher. Right now, I'm thinking maybe 197 for the top of the 5-wave cycle, but I don't have any evidence to support that yet. So 82.54 is where I'm looking for next.
Yeah, for me, I'm just focused on holding $36 week over week. So last week it held it, but this week it's a new week, so we'll see how it closes on Friday. So that's it. Close above 36, then I'll remain optimistic. If it starts to close weekly candles below it on a week-to-week basis, then I'll get a little bit more negative on it. So that's what I'm looking at. But
I do want to show off my new Palantir chart. I did it by doing the derivative first. So I did PTIR Granite shares 2x long, and it only started down here. It opened at like what, $24.97, and I decided that this was my 1-2 right here from 107, and then it dropped back to 82. And so now it's in the wave 3, sub 1, sub 2, and I've got to go to the 8-hour chart because you can't see these wicks here. Is $197.84. Let me just double check this. I didn't get to do this. From here to here, that's a 49% improvement. So half of that would be about 24.5%. So Palantir, 24.5%. Let's see if this lines up. Come here, you. Yes, it does. It's a little higher on the Palantir side. I made the same 1-2 off of that move there. It's just weird because I start from the August 5th Japanese carry trade for the beginning of this wave start, but I think it works out. And so I've got 94.86 as my next resistance for Palantir, with a pullback potentially as deep as $76.86. But just as Palantirs want to do, maybe it only pulls back as far as this 50% level. But then largely goes on to the 1-3. So my Palantir now goes to $164.14. And feel free to take a screenshot of this. Down here, right there. And you can see Palantir is 82% bankers and whales, and no retail is buying. So they all think it's overvalued. It's going to collapse any second. Back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I'm going to defer to my weekly update for Palantir because there's no change at all. So with that being said, we're running out of time, so just going to do a couple more here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I see.
You pick what you want to do.
Nvidia
I'm
one. So yeah, I'll do Nvidia just to show people what's going on. And there we go. So Nvidia on the weekly chart, it lost the conversion line as support. So 140.82 is your resistance, and what that means is there's really just a short-term loss of momentum. And I think honestly, Nvidia is just going to go sideways for some time. And by sideways, I mean anywhere from maybe up to the 140s down to even the 120s, right? Could just do something like this until maybe gets closer to the weekly cloud over here until it wants to go higher. So there's really no rush, in my opinion, to be in Nvidia right now because it has a short-term loss of momentum. And what's the only thing that'll change that is a weekly candle close back above this 140.82. So in the meantime, just patience with it. Patience, patience, patience.
Indeed. All right, I've got my DXYZ here for all to see. It is they've got SpaceX, and so people are really excited about it now. And it's finished out. It's wave larger degree wave 1, wave 2, all of wave 3, all of wave 4, and is now melting up into its wave 5. And you can see all this sell order block, all this red part. They're going to want to start selling from $90 on up. But my target is $114.54 with a possibility, of it going into this this entire gray box here. So it could go anywhere from 114 to as high as this 2618 fib extension for $129.57. So this is my sell target for my DXYZ, and obviously I'll probably sell half into 114.54 or more, and then I won't try to chase the tail too much because if it does start to ABC from 114.54, it's gonna, those corrections are really hard and fast. You don't want to get stuck in it. It'll something like that. Just off the top of my head. I wish we had time to do RCAT because I love this. Jay Gonzalez says that RCAT given drones are all the buzz in the news.
Yeah, you can do it. I just want to address something like somebody posted this comment. Is your prediction for a $14 DAG for this bull run or by 25? Well, it's always about an if-then statement, right? And I only said it's $14 is possible if it can get above like basically previous all-time highs. And if it can't do that, then there's no need to even talk about higher. So everything's about one level at a time. So people that always want to focus solely on price targets, it's always about one level at a time. And if that level cannot get broken, then obviously the higher level will not get broken. But essentially, do I see it by 2025? No, I do not see it by then. It'd be many years in the future. Anyways, yeah, go ahead and finish with your RCAT, and then we'll finish up.
All right. Sorry if we didn't get to your request today, guys. But if you do subscribe to me, you can see all my charts for just $2 a month. Here's RCAT, where you can see I wasn't bullish enough. I had a chart for it, and I thought it was just going to go to this 2382 at $6.33. And what did it do? It just, I wasn't really tracking this. I did this for somebody, you know, like way back when. But yeah, now based on the way it looks, I'm calling this the larger degree one. And this pullback we just had to about $7.06. Actually, no, it went all the way down to $6.71. That is your larger degree wave two. So if I just skip to the end, 5 waves up goes up to the 238% fib at 37.06. And while probably go 764, 382, 1382. Notice the buy order, the sell order blocks right there waiting for it. 100%, 2382. I don't know about timing. Oops, that was the wrong one. I don't know about timing, but you know, maybe it looks something like that into August of 2025 for that. All right, well, there you have it. RCAT, it's definitely, things are looking up for it. All right, Matt, you want to have the final word?
No, that's it. I mean, just pay attention to some of those levels, guys. And I think what we're really looking at, or what I'm really looking at, is to see if Bitcoin can ultimately continue to stay above 105, because there is a big sell wall up there. And if it can't break above there, then that's just more proof that the MicroStrategies, the Coinbases, and the miners will probably still be in a range for the rest of the week. So watch that Bitcoin 105. If it can't break it, then more range bound.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt. And I don't think I'm going to do the show tomorrow. I think I'm going to be preparing for travel. So I will see you guys back from my home on Wednesday.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
See you next time.
Ciao. Good luck out there.